Hi beautiful, welcome back. For today's video, I wanted to share with you my foolproof summer holiday makeup glam. Without further ado, let's hop right into the video. I have been trying to find a vintage poofy sleeve like this for the longest time. I actually purchased this from the thrift store and I could not find one ever since. I really like this top because it has the shoulder pads and it makes me feel like a woman because I want this foundation to last. I'm going to use my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This has got an SPF of, I believe, 15. Yeah, it says at the bottom. It blurs my pores and it makes my makeup last all day. It doesn't matter what type of foundation I use, as long as I have this primer, it literally makes everything last twice as long as they are marketed for. The only downside about this primer, it's very expensive. I also want to put a little bit of this on my lids because I'm going to use the concealer as a primer, and since it's hot in New Zealand, I find that concealers don't really last long on my lids. I have really oily lids. I've already filled in my brows because brows takes forever. I don't know if I want to start with the eyes. Should we start with the eyes? I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer for primer because I want a clean line. Might as well start with the eyes first. What are you guys doing for Christmas? I am probably most likely be working, but whatever. The palette of choice today is the Huda Beauty Nude eyeshadow palette. I've only used this once when I did that first impression, so I kind of forgot what it even feels like. I'm going to start off with Bare, which is this shade right here, and set my concealer. I am thinking of a very muted wing liner with a little bit of sparkle on the lid. So I'm not sure if I'm even going to bother with a transition. I think just lightly. I'm going to use Secret, which is this one right here. Can't really see. I'm going to use a fluffy brush so we have that shadow happening, but I'm not gonna apply too much because I just want my crease to be defined a little bit, since I'm going to be wearing a red lip and a red top. You don't want to be too much. Also, it's hot already in New Zealand, so you don't want to be wearing super caked on makeup. I mean, if you're into that, do you, but personally for me, I like to be comfortable. I don't like to be conscious about my face melting. I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm thinking of using glitter. So maybe we'll use this shade called Daydream. It's that one right there. It has like a flecks of glitter and also very metallic. So I'm going to pat that all over my lid. Oh, actually that's nice. I don't want to put too much. I just want a little bit of something. I like this because you could see that it has flakes of silver and pink glitter, which is perfect for the holidays. And for the wing liner, I'm going to use the shade Raw, which is this one right here. I'm not gonna put a lot, just to define this part right here. So I'm going to start here and smudge that along the lower lash line. And I'm going to do the same on the other eye. We'll see if I can make it even. I'm going to clean that up with a concealer later on, so I'm going to move on to the eyes for now. And for foundation today, I want to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation because it has a very good longevity, as well as it gives me that nice skin-like glow, which I've been into for the past couple of weeks since my skin has gotten a lot better. I usually can get away with just one layer of this foundation because it has a really good coverage. At the same time, it doesn't feel super intense on my skin, and it lets my skin breathe. And for more coverage, I'll just go over the areas where I want to cover more, mainly on like the cheek area, because that's where foundation usually wears off for me, since that's like the oiliest part of my face. Forehead, I don't really care for that much, to be honest. I'd rather have my skin showing a little bit on the forehead because it just balances out the overall makeup, and also it makes my skin looks more skin-like than caked up, because normally if I wear full coverage foundation, the separation happens on my forehead area and it makes it look very old and wrinkly, which, I mean, we're gonna get there at some stage, but I don't want it when I apply makeup. For concealer, I'm going to use this NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I don't want to do a very highlighted under eye because I want my makeup to look as somewhat natural as possible. Also, I've talked about this before, but whenever I put highlight on my under eye, it comes out very ugly in the photos. I'd rather have a concealer that is close to my skin tone or just a tad bit lighter. I will then set that using the Bare Minerals Touch Up Veil Translucent Powder. I love this one because it has SPF 15 and it does not create any flashback or whatsoever, and it protects my skin as well. Instantly mattifies my skin without looking very caked up. And then I'll move on to contouring because I want to chisel my face and you want to look good and snatch in the photos. I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Truffle, which is my favorite contouring shade. It dries to a powder finish. For the nose, I like to use my finger. It just blends it better, and also I get the precision that I like. And then I will go over with a sponge. I will then take the same translucent powder and set my entire face. Oh, I forgot to. I always forget to blend that area. Since my foundation is luminous, setting my face is a must-have for me. But we're going to put back all the glow that we have. For bronzing, I went back to using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder, and this one is in Dark Deepest. I take a very tiny amount of this because I find that I don't have much tan going on at the moment, so if I pile it on, it makes me look orange. So I just put a teeny tiny bit. Instead of just concentrating it on the side, I try to use it somewhat like a blush to give me that sun-kissed glow. So I will take that in to this side of my face and a little bit on my nose. So I'm going to contour using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and this is what I use to chisel my cheeks. Just go over that here, and then my chin, and also the nose. For blush today, I want to have a little bit of a glow, so I'm going to use my Milani Baked Blush in Berry More. I absolutely love this blush. And I'll put just enough to have that pinch cheek look. And I want to have a little bit more glow, so I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and I'm going to dive into this shade right here. It looks like that, but if I use it as a pressed powder, it comes off very pink on my skin tone, so I like to use this as a bronzer topper to add more glow on the skin. I have this Mecca Cosmetica Enlightened powder, and this is a mini version, and oh my gosh, it's like a extraterrestrial highlight. You only need a tiny bit, and I'm telling you, it gives you the most amazing glow you could ever ask for. Can't believe not many people talk about this, but oh my gosh. You could build this highlighter up, kind of a glow, to a very intense glow in like 2 seconds. What I like to do is to grab this Anastasia A23 brush, and I dip once, and I like to buff it into my skin so I don't have that streak. Don't want to put anything on the lower lash line because I am going to wear a red lip, and I also have a red top. I don't want everything to clash. So I'm going to finish off the eyes. I have this Wet n Wild brown liner. I like to use brown because it's not too harsh for summertime. And then mascara, obviously you already know my favorite, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'll just apply it on. I like to load my mascara because I don't want to wear false lashes. For the inner corner highlight, I don't want to have too much, so I'm going to pick up again the Hourglass Ambient Lighting, and I'm going to pick up this shade in the middle and pop that over here. To finish off the brows, I'll just quickly apply the Brow Boss Gel from ColourPop to make our hairs a little bit bushy. Time for the lipstick. Originally, I was going to apply a nude lipstick and then a red lipstick, but since it's holiday, I might as well go straight to the red lipstick. I'm not the best red lipstick applier, so I don't know any tips, or I don't know what tips to give you, honestly. I'm going to mix 2 shades. I have here the XO Beauty Limerence lipstick, which looks like this. So this has a matte finish, and it is more of that red orange lipstick, and I'm going to top that off with this Karl Lagerfeld by L'Oreal lipstick in Provocative, and this is a little bit darker than the XO Beauty and a little bit pinkier, but I like the finish because it's a satin finish, so it will hydrate my lips. And for liner, I'm just gonna use this ColourPop Lippy Pencil in BFF, and this is Bretman Rock's collab with ColourPop. I think it's one of the permanent shade, but it's just his favorite lip liner. And I'll use my finger to blend the lip liner and the lipstick. On top of that, the L'Oreal lipstick in Provocative. I'm going to spritz my face with this Glow Recipe Watermelon Dew Mist because I want more glow. I'm only gonna focus this on the side of my face. For the rest of my face, I am going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Here it is. Here's my finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I typically don't wear red lipstick, but for the sake of the holidays, I will. And also, I will post this picture on Instagram as well as the nude lipstick, and let me know which one's your favorite. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye!